Ritchie. I'm a steel sculptor from Ashford in Kent. I thought I'd show you a little bit more of the Brighton project. This is the last sculpture of a sculpture project for Jaguar Land Rover in Brighton. And as I approached the first head, there's 3 heads on this particular sculpture, and I felt I approached it a little wrong. I approached it in my old-fashioned way of using a round bar, little nuggets, weld them together, and a little bit of a sheet steel to make the noses, the cheeks, the lips, etc. And as you see by the film footage there, I'm making a nose, a single piece of material for the fulcrum, and then the upper lip area. And then it's a case of various smaller plates that I'll tap together and crush around the place. I'll then use a ball and a round piece of steel to press an eyeball out. And yeah, I'm doing half a head here. It's actually quite difficult to do a half a head. I was quite surprised really why it's so difficult, but it is. It'd kind of be easier if I was doing a full head. It's quite strange doing half a head. It takes more than half the time, I would say, because you're always wanting to do the whole thing, you know. And it's stylised in a way. I'm trying to make it a little flatter. It's, you know, these guys are working machines as well, so there's a little bit of machinery in the background. And as a fabrication job, it's damn difficult in places, I must be honest. It's been quite tricky, this one. Now, it's made up of 3 heads and their machines that they're working, and I'm having to keep them separate. It's easier to work on because I have to turn and tip these things around from time to time, and I can get myself into all sorts of trouble physically by making it one big one. But I'm getting close to making it one big one, I tell you, I really am. I've tidied up the first 2, so I've done the first 2 heads now. I've tidied them up, and I'm actually cutting the materials for the joining thing between the 2, so it can really match it up. So when I'm ready to stick them all together, I am ready to rock and roll. Now for the hair and the head, it kind of needs, you know, I hadn't actually really planned just to do sort of string like MIG welding, but I experimented a little bit and it just looks the best. It allows me to use up lots of little plates as well, because your hair is sort of done in like chunks the way I stylised this. So it's allowed me to use up lots of little offcuts and small pieces. And I can shape and bowl each piece and sort of give a bit of a hairstyle going on. And I've got to stitch them together anyway, so it doesn't matter how many small little bits I use up. And it uses up the little bits. I'm getting very close. I'm trying to avoid buying yet another sheet, because mild steel at the moment has doubled in recent times. So I am trying to keep the costs down a little bit and avoiding buying another sheet. But if I have to, I have to. I'm not going to waste any time messing about. But I am getting quite close to getting to my last sheet. This whole project would have then taken 10 sheets, 11 sheets. You wouldn't think so, would you? But it really has. So yeah, tough old work. Like I say, I'm now on my last little stretch of all this, so I'll tidy up the films and I'll take it right to fruition as well. So when I go to install this, I'll make sure I film all that as well. And yes, it's all history for Brighton as well, isn't it? And I thought I'd take you into a little bit of the process, if you like. I'd made ears. I'd made a little batch of ears. Rather than just making one, I made all 3, and they're slightly smaller. They graduate. The head on the furthest to the right is slightly bigger than the one on the left. And yeah, I thought I'd sort of show the process of what I do. So it literally starts with a little sketch on a bench in a chalk pencil, just to get the sort of scaling, where the eyes are, where the chin is. And yeah, kind of gets me the size. I kind of know that I'm bigger than my own head. Not quite double in this particular one. I've already made my ear, but then it's just a case of a little bit around, a few little nuggets, and a lot of bashing. You know, I'm back to my old bashing stuff. I then give it a bit of a texture with a steel router, so I can distinguish between the flesh it rounds and takes a lot of the edges off, and it starts to look quite realistic, to be quite honest. And I do it in sections as I go. Doing a half a head can be quite difficult. It's kind of nice to do a whole head, really. And yeah, this second head was a little bit quicker than the first. I'm starting to get a little bit better at these, and it's coming to the end of this, and I want it finished. I want to get this done. I want to get it done before the end of the financial year if I can, and installed. So I'm really trying to push myself to get this thing done and finished now. And this is where I am. It's almost there. As far as eyeballs and things are concerned, I'm pressing it out of a ball on a fly press. And look, I'll show you the process. I simply scribe out a circle, and this happens to be, I think it's 37 radius, yeah. And with a little hand guillotine there, I'll round that little radius up. And it's 2 mil, so it's quite thick. Takes a little tug on that little hand guillotine. There are lots of ways of cutting circles, or even punching circles out. But this is very custom. I've only got 3 eyeballs to make for the sculpture, so. And then I put the eyeball on a donut, I suppose you could call it, which I've previously oiled a little bit, and just so it'll slide into the donut. After, of course, I've sanded the edges off this circle, and then with a fly press, very gently press until I've got my dome. Now, to get a sort of secondary smaller dome, obviously I use a smaller ball and a smaller little donut, and give it another pressing, and then punch it back the other way for the pupil. And yeah, kind of looks eyeballish. Yeah, quite good. Thank goodness for fly presses. They're brilliant. Anyway, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got a fair bit more film footage to do. I've just posted the painting. Because at the weekends I'm painting. So look out for that one. Anyway, thanks for listening. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell. Thank you,
Played up a little EP. We're going to continue that now with Viking Flamenco. I don't know if there's anyone who has the EP. This is I think a standout track on the EP.
No, that's not going to work. No.